My Amazonian body is a disruptor. Always have been over the last 45 years. From being awarded a full athletic scholarship to Syracuse University for crew, to being invited to the 1984 Olympic trials, to gracing People Magazine's 50 Most Beautiful People twice in 94 and 99. For speaking out about poor body image, which landed me on many, many national covers, international magazine covers throughout the world. Yes, I threw a wrench into the narrow lens of the fashion and beauty industries by repeatedly reflecting my beautiful self as a size 14, 16, when models at my same height or taller were a size 0 or 2, and they were the norm. The power of the statement, "Why not?" served me so well, but definitely pushed a few buttons. Thankfully, I'm no longer alone. There are a lot more of us walking the walk and talking the talk in all industries, sharing the responsibility of shining despite what society says is right, perfect, or acceptable. And it's about time. I had the unique opportunity to model in 1989 in a new size category in the fashion industry called plus size. The models were not waif, quite the opposite. We were all size 12, 14, some 16s. I worked and sold a lot of clothes. And as my star rose, I found myself on women's magazine covers reflecting 100 million women in America who wore a size 14 and above. 100 million women. However, photographers and stylists and crews had their own attitudes about shooting a plus size model, almost like it might tarnish their reputations. But in time, this too changed when light finally shone on the dark places all around us. Once the conversation began, there was no turning back. There I was with me and my body speaking our truth, heralding change, knocking robustly at all of our doors. Millions of women were beginning to speak up, refusing the limited beliefs we were led to embrace. We were a bountiful reflection of a bouquet of beauty. Young, old, thin, medium, and large bills, and very, very colorful. My inspiration were my Black sisters. They owned their powerful shapes and beauty. Why couldn't we all be that way? Was I aware when I was a teenager that my body would be such a powerful tool in the forefront of a cultural shift in how we perceive beauty back in the 1990s? Absolutely not. This conflict being instilled in me about my body never made sense, nor did it make me feel good. My body and I, we ran, we jumped, and we got praise for it at school and for us. Deep down, I knew I was capable, that my body was capable. We were a team no matter what challenge was put before me, despite whatever anyone was telling me, even my stepfather. And the trials I saw my mother put herself through with endless dieting tricks and degrading comments about her body. I just didn't see what she was so concerned about. She was so beautiful. She really was. Little did I know that this gift of deep knowing would lead and assist me as a new mother as I embraced resiliency in the face of multiple miscarriages. My body was the most powerful force and partner for what was lying before me. There was nothing more powerful than having the opportunity to carry my baby at 38 years old for 9 months. It literally blew me away day after day as I grew larger and larger. Here I was, once again, calling upon it for the miraculous. Miscarriage after miscarriage, I had to deal with the devastation, reminding myself to be gentle and not to blame my body. Why was it failing me now when it hadn't failed me ever before? What continued to pop up was my intuition, that calm knowing It refused to accept that my body was not able to do this, since my body had always been there for me and made it to all of my finish lines quite successfully. Just because it wasn't happening now, it didn't mean it wouldn't happen ever. I knew in Understandably, I was thoroughly exhausted, but knowing that my mom had several miscarriages, I accepted the fact that I too might have to go down that same road, which kind of helped, but it didn't take any of that hardship that happened onto my body, not that what it went through. I also learned that miscarriages happen to quite a lot of other women. Now, I wish I had known that a long time before. Huh. I was blessed to have the most incredible advocate at the hospital in my badass OBGYN, Dr. Lori Goldstein. She advocated on my behalf numerous times throughout my 26 hours of labor when the hospital kept on banging on our room's door that a C-section had to take place. She put her foot in the door, on the door, and demanded they give me the time to back off, that all the pounding and yelling wasn't helping my situation. I knew I was performing a miracle with my little one in this birthing process and felt so blessed to have my then husband, my sister Melanie, and my loving doula, Adriana. In the end, we produced our daughter, the product of our love. The moment of birth, I never felt joy and affection like this. A, for my body, and B, for Toby, this little human being that I made inside of me. When I went back to work, I reinvested in my body positivity with newfound respect and appreciation. For goodness sake, I made a human. I found myself a part of a very special group with millions of members in motherhood. As a culture, we too often regard our bodies negatively, where women are afraid to get pregnant because of how their body will be post-baby, and billions being made on either fixing or eliminating perceived flaws. For me, birth was incredibly validating and set me into a deeper commitment to do this honoring of the body of work. Through it all, I have a new appreciation for what our body can do and want more of the world to know we are body beautiful, every single one of us. My body has given me so many incredible experiences, and topping the list, the birth of our daughter, as it prepared me for things to come, fighting cancer, healing, and carrying on. Our body is remarkable, certainly not the bane of our existence that we are taught sometimes for an early age to believe in, but the gem that keeps on ticking, pumping all on its own, every second of every day, every month, every year, and century, if we're lucky enough. I have learned to give it what it needs, like the double orders of spinach and garlic and oil with a side of steak during my pregnancy. My friends and family knew not to come in between me and my food at that time. Seeing the celebration of our unique and beautiful selves around the world in all its expressions and reflections is incredible, despite the shocking amount of body bashing and body altering that's still taking place today. As more mothers, fathers, grandparents, and business people begin to accept and honor their own unique bodies, their children will too, automatically. It always starts from the top and at home. To witness this empowering change slowly sweeping over our world towards self-acceptance and hearing the louder, bolder voices inciting change now, a part of the cultural zeitgeist, makes me want to shout with excitement. Taking the current hardships with the good, I'm very hopeful for what's to come. Our unique, diversified, genuine selves certainly deserve it. Lastly, when we look at our bodies, mothers or not, our bodies are the holders and the containers of our soul. As the French philosopher Pierre Teilhard de Chardin has said, we are spiritual beings having a human existence, not the other way around. Our bodies provide our souls to feel love, joy, taste, travel, and all that life presents. Let's all take a moment to listen. Our bodies talk to us every single day. What's your body saying to you?